Hi guys, welcome to another video. Hope you're all keeping well. For this video, I thought I'd do a horror books pickup because I haven't done one for quite some time. I've got 10 titles here which I picked up over the last couple of weeks and that. I haven't started any of the books yet, so I can't really comment on what they're like. But as you can see, it's quite a sizable haul, guys. Yeah. I'll just basically just flick through them and just show them and that, just talk a little bit about them and that, yeah. Okay, now I do realise there might be some people on here that don't read much and that, but when you see these books, like, you might be tempted to sort of give them a whirl and that, yeah. All right then, okay, without further ado, let's just get straight into it. So the first book I'd like to show you is, it's actually one of those books that has stories, by different horror writers. It's called New Tales of Darkest Horror, and its main title is Dark Stars. I'm really looking forward to reading this one. It's got such authors in it as Ramsey Campbell, Stephen Graham Jones, Gemma Files, John Langan, to name but a few. So there you go. I'm looking forward to watching that one, New Tales of Darkest Horror. That's the first book I'd like to show you, and there's the back there, guys. You want to just freeze your screens and take that in, yeah. So that's the first horror book I'd like to show you, and that is New Tales of Darkest Horror, Dark Stars. Next up is another compilation volume. I love these big chunky books where they have different stories by different horror writers. Haunting Tales from the Masters of the Genre, and that is a book called Phantoms. Yeah, again, it's got some famous authors in here. Joe Hill, Angela Slatter, Alison Littlewood, Paul Tremblay, and many, many more, yeah. Edited by Marie O'Regan. So there you go, guys. There's the back there if you want to freeze your screens and take that in, the blurb. Yeah, plethora of stories in here for me, guys, yeah. So there you go, that's his Haunting Tales, Phantoms. Next up is a novel, actually. I saw somebody review this on one of the BookTube videos and that, and I thought I'd give it a whirl because it sounds a pretty good story. They've also made a movie of this as well, so I've ordered the movie as well, and hopefully when I've watched the movie and I've read the book, I'll do a comparison. This is a novel by Scott Smith, and it's called The Ruins. Love that cover, guys. Yeah. It's basically about this group of people that go on a holiday, a Mexican holiday. They go to these Mayan ruins and that, and encounter something very, very menacing and supernatural, yeah. So I'm looking forward to reading this one, The Ruins, by Scott Smith. Next up is a Penguin Classics edition. Now this is all stories from one of my all-time favourites horror writers, Richard Matheson. He wrote quite a few television stories as well, for the Twilight Zone and that. And this is the best of Richard Matheson. Love that cover, guys, yeah. The definitive collection of masterful stories by one of the greatest writers of the 20th century. I certainly second that, yeah. Author of I Am Legend, yeah, that's right, yeah. And Hell House, yeah. Richard Matheson, he revolutionised horror by moving it from gothic castles and strange cosmo into the dark streets, yeah, and quiet suburbs of our own lives, yeah. So I'm looking forward to getting stuck into that one. The best of Richard Matheson. Next up is another Penguin Classics anthology or compilation of stories by one author, an author called Ray Russell. He wrote a very good story called Mr. Sardonicus, yeah, this is his collection, Haunted Castles, the complete Gothic stories by Ray Russell, yeah. Heard a lot of good things about this author and that, and I certainly enjoyed Mr. Sardonicus and that, yeah. I watched the movie of that, directed by William Castle, so I thought I'd give Ray Russell's short stories a whirl and that. So there you go, that is Haunted Castles by Ray Russell. Next up is now this is an author I came across by, I read the Writing magazine and that, and I saw this author mentioned called R.H. Dixon, and she's written this ghost story. I thought that sounds good. I'll give that a whirl and that. And it's a debut novel. It's done very well apparently on the Amazon charts, and that is a novel called Emergence. Yeah, so a dark psychological horror. When his 6-year-old daughter Seren starts talking of a ghostly woman who visits her room each night, young widower John Gimerick isn't too concerned. After all, she already has an imaginary friend. But when his own nightmares begin to merge with reality, and when unexplainable things start to happen around the house, John realises that by revisiting the home of his childhood, he stirred up some things he tried hard to forget, as well as something evil. Yeah, so I'm looking forward to reading that one, Emergence by R.H. Dixon. And if I enjoy this one, I'll get at other novels as well. Next up is this is a novel. This is the original novel of it. You know, the Ring movies, the Japanese horror movies, The Ring, subsequently later remade, starring Naomi Watts, of course. This is the first novel in that series, written by Koji Suzuki, and that is the original Ring novel. Yeah, so I'm looking forward to reading this one. Apparently, the other two, he wrote 3 altogether. Yeah, Ring, Loop, and Spiral. And he wrote a novel called Dark Water. Yeah, so I'm looking forward to reading this. I love the Ring movies. So, yeah, so there you go. That's the original novel of The Ring by Koji Suzuki. Next up is Henry James collection. The guy who wrote the Turn of the Screw, which was subsequently made into a movie called The Innocents. So I've got the Turn of the Screw here, and it's other stories as well in one volume. Yeah, so I'm looking forward to reading this one by the Oxford University Press. Lovely cover, guys. Yeah, so there you go. That is Henry James, The Turn of the Screw, and Other Stories. Next up is this is a good one as well. It looks good anyway. Algernon Blackwood, Ancient Sorceries and Other Weird Stories. Now, I'm not too much familiar with Blackwood's work, but by all accounts, he's a very good writer, especially supernatural fiction. So I'm really looking forward to getting stuck into this one. Yeah, Algernon Blackwood. One of his most famous stories, I believe, was the Wendigo, which it's actually featured in here. Yeah. So I'm looking forward to start this collection. So there you go. That's Algernon Blackwood, Ancient Sorceries and Other Weird Stories. And last but by no means least is another Penguin Classics edition. I love this cover as well. This is stories by different authors, all American authors, and it's called American Supernatural Tales. Fantastic cover there, guys, of a very scary looking cat. Yeah. So the ultimate collection of weird and frightening fiction by American writers. Yeah. So you've got the likes of Edgar Allan Poe, Stephen King, H.P. Lovecraft, Shirley Jackson, Ray Bradbury, and many, many more. Yeah. So I'm looking forward to starting this. Yeah. So I'll just show you the inside, guys. There's all the stories there. Sorry about the light, guys, but I've got my ring light on to glare. There you go. So looking forward to reading that. So that's the last book I'd like to show you of the 10 I've got here. That is American Supernatural Tales. All right then, guys. Well, that's it. Have you read any of these books? What did you think of them? Let me know in the comments down below. I'd be very interested, to read your comments and that. Yeah. So yeah, some cracking titles there. So I must admit, I'm a real, as well as writing books myself, I'm a real bookworm, because I buy books and I end up just like movies. You end up having like a big pile what sort of have to get through and that. But sometimes you've got that many books and you've got that many films, you can only do so much. You can either watch so many movies in a week or read so many books and that. So but I'm getting there and that. So yeah, so I'm hoping to start The Ruins next, yeah. So, but as I say, I've sent for the movie and that. So, yeah, so I'm looking forward to watching the movie and reading the book, yeah. All right then, guys, so if you're it's like usual, if you like the video, please feel free to share, subscribe, comment. And all going well, I'll be back soon with another video. Have a nice weekend. Talk to you soon. Bye.